Today on Selling Houses.
A beautiful garden can add up to 20% to an asking price.
3 rival sellers snoop each other's houses.
Oh, my life. They've moved out and they've just abandoned everything.
It's very beige. Everything's beige.
One house is a chintzy nightmare.
I hate knickknacks.
Shall we have a little chat about the knickknacks in here, then?
I add some designer detail.
We're going to do a North African trip, so all those really rich jewelled colours that work so well.
They get a week and £1,000 to make changes.
I love this colour.
Now I love green.
All competing to win an offer from my buyer.
Look, let's go inside and give it a go. I'm willing to try anything.
Today, I'm in Smethwick in the West Midlands, home to the first public swimming baths in the country. Opened in 1888, they kept the locals afloat for over 100 years. And today, the housing market is just as buoyant, with a 4.2% rise in local property prices over the last year. Music to the ears of my 3 sellers, all competing to win an offer from DJ John Dazelle, who wants to leave his native Coventry to be nearer his work in Birmingham.
So, John, the great property search begins. Number of bedrooms, how many do you want?
I would say minimum of 2. I've been in an apartment now for like 10 years and I'm ready for a move to a house.
Do you have an idea in your head of what you want?
I've always gone new build.
Okay.
New build and
Why?
modern.
Lazy?
I think yes. Lazy is one reason. 2, because it's easy.
Do you have vision?
I have vision. So if I go into a house that maybe needed a little bit of adjusting, bit of modernising, there's potential making a bit of cash at the end.
So what about socialising?
At the moment, I'm in an apartment with a really small balcony.
Right.
There's none of that open the back door, here's your garden.
Right, so gardens are important then?
Oh, massively.
Not meaning to get too personal, but what about bathrooms and washing?
Yeah, I need a good bathroom, good space.
Right, OK. Perfect. Right. Should we do this then?
I feel confident now you're saying that.
Yeah, no, be confident. This is going to be good.
Let's do this.
To find that 2-bed home with a good-sized garden and bathroom, John has a budget of up to £250,000, but is interested in cheaper properties with a view to doing them up. I've lined up 3 great houses, but they all need a bit of sprucing up before John sees them. First up is Karen and Brian. Neighbours for 37 years, they both lost their partners and got together 3 years ago.
I was in a bit of a state.
I was in a bit of a state.
So I used to come over and talk, and I said, we're coming in for a cup of coffee.
And that cup of coffee's got a lot to answer for.
Keen to take their relationship to the next level, they've decided to move into Brian's house and sell Karen's.
At the minute, we're in limbo between 2 houses.
Trying to keep 2 houses going.
Trying to keep 2 houses going, 2 lots of bills.
But her neutral style is letting the house down.
I mean, I did it all white because I thought, well, you know, it's easy to do white. You haven't got to go round no edges.
And the dated accessories in the bedroom are not to everybody's taste.
I think anything goes with neutral colours. My bathroom's just basic. It's the same bathroom suite that was in when I came in here.
The whole lot needs updating.
But Brian isn't going to be running to her aid anytime soon.
Do you realise what D stands for in DIY? Disastrous.
This dated 3-bed terrace has all the space John is looking for and a garden for entertaining, but the bedrooms are fussy and the bathroom boxy. It's the cheapest property at £164,950. Next up, it's sign language interpreter Richard. A keen traveller, he's home for a fleeting visit so he can sell his 3-bed Edwardian terrace and set sail on his next voyage. But he's well aware the house is looking a little sparse.
Buyers might come in here and think it was just a storeroom. The reason I have no furniture is because about 3 years ago I decided to go travelling, so I sold most stuff. When I've come back, I'm basically camping in the dining room with the French doors that go out onto the garden.
Then the bizarre thing here is that the inside is completely clear, yet outside, beyond the also bare garden, there's a den full of boys' toys.
The man cave was built because I used to live in a house where I could fit my pool table, and I had the opportunity with some friends to build something in the garden.
But beyond the man cave, Richard's the first to admit interior design is not his strong point.
I think I'm absolutely hopeless at making things look beautiful. I normally ask somebody else what colour matches what.
This 3-bed vacant Edwardian semi offers more space than buyer John wanted, but the dining room is deserted and the garden unloved. It's the most expensive property on at £189,950. Last up, it's retired nurse Annette and office worker David. Annette moved into her 2-bedroom detached bungalow 13 years ago, and David joined her 7 years later. They need to sell their bungalow quickly because they found their dream home.
We're moving from this house because we want a slightly bigger property.
Although it's a beautiful bungalow, it's not that big. You can't do much more to this.
But after 8 weeks and only 4 viewings, they need some help trying to sell this bijou and bland bungalow.
It hasn't been decorated for a long time, and I just think the bedroom could do with a makeover.
David's desperate to get his hands on the living room.
I probably would do one wall with a lot more colour in it.
It is neutral, it is my choice. If you put dark colours in a smallish room, it just makes it look smaller.
This may be a beige bungalow inside, but Annette loves nothing more than colour outside, and they've both put their stamp on the garden.
I think the biggest and perhaps most amazing thing I've added to this property is probably the water feature in the garden.
Yeah, and of course, the magnificent planting.
Which is not
that I
my
do.
department.
But when it comes to the decor, only time will tell who comes out on top.
I am the boss and make the decisions, and David does it. But he's not under the thumb at all, are you?
Yes, I mean, no.
This 2-bedroomed bijou bungalow has the bedrooms and garden John is looking for, but the lounge is cluttered and one bedroom has lost its purpose. It's on the market with a guide price of $169,995. So it's David and Annette's bijou bungalow, Karen and Brian's old-fashioned terrace, and Richard's vacant Edwardian terrace, all competing for an offer from John. To help my sellers realise what they could change in their own homes, they now get to check out their rivals' properties. First up, it's Richard's abandoned Edwardian terrace, with a deserted dining room, unloved garden, and bedrooms that don't even have beds.
This is a beautiful old period house with all the original features that buyers dream of, but it's empty, cold, and it feels unloved. And none of the rooms have a purpose, which means it's very hard for buyers to visualise just how fabulous this grand old house could be.
First to snoop are Karen and Brian.
I don't like our property.
Don't like old properties like this in a terrace row.
It's just not striking.
Front doors could do with tidying up a bit, I think.
The outside's got the thumbs down. Inside?
Doesn't feel warm and welcoming at all.
Wouldn't like to come in here on a snowy day.
And in the living room, there's no holding back from the more house-proud sellers.
What a blooming mess. Fancy showing people around your house like this?
All this stuff, even if it's just put into one corner, instead of spread all over the place.
Next door should be a dining room.
I don't understand what kind of room this is.
I don't know what it was meant to be.
And the confusion continues upstairs.
To me now, it looks like they've moved out and they've just abandoned everything.
Beyond the master, another bedroom has become a dumping ground, and it's got David thinking.
Without a spare room, which is not one thing or the other, perhaps we could make a bit more space in that room.
Next, it's time to go outside and take a look at the garden.
Like nobody lives here in the property.
It's been unloved.
And there's something odd at the bottom.
Oh, my life. It's a waste of space having this monstrosity stuck at the bottom of the garden to shove this in. Terrible.
The house is on the market for £189,950.
Really shocked. Really shocked.
I would say it's too much the way it stands.
Yeah, good luck with that price.
So the rival sellers are in agreement on the price, but David saw the benefit of a calm, uncluttered bedroom. Next up, it's Karen and Brian's 3-bed 70s terrace, which isn't just dated, it's crammed with chintzy ornaments.
This house is clean, neat and tidy, but it's functional over flamboyant, and it lacks the charm and warmth that every family home should have. I feel it needs updating, reviving and opening up, and hopefully it will attract a whole new wave of buyers through the front door.
First to snoop is Richard.
I mean, it's good for the style, beautiful lawn.
Really pleasantly laid out.
Very
front
nice
of the
garden,
house.
yeah.
The outside's impressed. Inside, David and Annette see the benefit of brightening things up.
To make our living room a bit more inviting. Yeah, a splash of colour here and there, but not over the top.
Outside, the garden gets Richard thinking.
It really does put mine to shame, to be perfectly honest.
Upstairs in the bedroom, Richard's in ornament hell.
Actually really difficult to choose on the scale of horrors which one I would want to throw away first.
And it's a bit of a squeeze in the bathroom.
I think it would probably be of great benefit to make this space much bigger.
Definitely knock the toilet wall down, you know, make it into one big bathroom.
It's on the market for £164,950.
I'd say that was a bargain.
I think anybody who moved into here would need to do quite a bit of modernisation.
So mixed reactions to the price, but David and Annette saw the benefit of a splash of colour, while Richard realised an inviting garden is a real asset. Finally, on to David and Annette's bungalow, with the cluttered lounge and bland bedroom.
This is a very sweet bungalow. It is immaculately presented, has fantastic curb appeal and a stunning garden. But inside it does feel a little bit bland and soulless. And if I'm completely honest, it could be rather forgettable. It's competing against family houses, so they really have to make sure that every single room stands out.
First to take a look are Karen and Brian.
I think pretty flowers out the front make a difference. Brightens the whole appearance of the house up at the front.
Well, it's a very pretty house, very modern.
Looking good outside. Inside,
Mine's just white, but I do like this colour.
a little bit of colour never did anyone any harm, Karen. Off the hallway is what should be the second bedroom.
I think it's only used to be used as a study or a playroom for a child. That's about it.
A walk-in wardrobe. Gosh, it feels so closed in.
Across the hallway, the living room is coming under fire.
I think it's too crowded. You're walking round everything all the time.
It's very beige. Everything's beige.
They're all about to learn from a neat, inviting bedroom.
I wouldn't change anything in here.
At least you can get 2 wardrobes in.
Having furniture in a room is really helpful in order to be able to see what the purpose of the room is.
You don't say. The fresh, modern bathroom gets Karen and Brian thinking.
Well, it works. I like the tiles.
It is lovely, nice.
I like the bath. Yeah, it works.
Beyond the bland lounge is a bright and well-stocked garden.
This has to be the best room in the house. It's absolutely stunning. I have decking, but you can't say that it's in any way pretty.
This house is on the market for £169,995.
I love the bungalow. I like lots of things about it, but I think it's vastly overpriced.
If this is the type of house that you're looking for, I think it's worth it.
So they're divided on price, but they all saw the benefit of a well-presented bedroom. Today I'm in Smethwick in the West Midlands, giving 3 sellers advice on how to make big changes that'll hopefully lead to an offer from my buyer, DJ John Dazelle.
I'm looking for a house that's got a garden so in the summer I can have barbecues and friends and family rounds, have some good times, and a bigger bathroom for me for my grooming.
After checking out the competition, my 3 rival sellers have all picked up a tip or 2 on how to keep their homes in the running.
Just doing a few little bits in my own garden would make a huge difference.
It would be good to have something really bright and colourful.
We should declutter some of the 2 back bedrooms at least.
Great, they've got it. Next, they'll get £1,000 in a week to kick their houses into shape. First up, it's Karen and Brian's 3-bed terrace, which offers a good-sized garden and living room, but it has a minute bathroom, and the chintzy decor isn't showing this house's potential, especially in the bedrooms.
So, guys, you're not moving very far, are you?
No.
Going over the road.
Yeah.
What's this like? Because I've not seen your house yet. How does it compare to yours? Have you got a lot of knickknacks in yours?
No, I've got no knick. I hate knickknacks.
Do you have a little chat about the knickknacks in here then? Because when this sells, these knickknacks are going over there.
No, they ain't.
These little things are lovely, but you probably don't need all of it. It's cherry picking a few things.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it feels quite dated and quite girly, and what we want it to feel is romantic and pretty. In a dream world, I would get rid of all this heavy flocked wallpaper because that again is quite dated, but we're not in a dream world and we haven't got time to do it. So what we do is we try and camouflage it and cover it up. So these are the sort of ideas that I had in terms of colours. Any of these leaping out at you?
Truthfully?
Yeah.
No.
Fine, okay. But, truthfully, 10 months on the market's experience.
Yeah. If I had to have one, I would take that one.
Go on then. That goes all over the walls, nice and soft.
All the walls.
All the walls. And then this little puppy, you could think about upcycling. Take the handles off, and then you just glue them onto the drawers, and then a clear varnish over the top just to seal them.
Fresh new bedroom scheme sorted. Next, the bathroom, which isn't just dated, it's small because it's separate from the loo.
The 2 other sellers, when they walked in, said that both rooms felt tiny and cramped. And they both said, I'd want to knock this down. And families, particularly with bathrooms, they would take one look at this and think it's a big job, we can't afford to do it, we haven't got the budget, there's a house down the road that's already had it knocked through, let's go there. What we want to do is open it up and create a fantastic family bathroom. I think you need some colour in here, and like I say, I was going to be really bold, make you go for like a sort of navy or an indigo, but maybe let's go something like that.
Yeah, fine.
See, I thought you'd like that one.
I do like it,
Yeah,
yeah.
you see. £1,000, 7 days.
We can do it.
You can do it! Now, I have a feeling that this is going to be a long 7 days. They both seemed at the beginning to be quite resistant to change. But they came round. Karen seemed quite excited towards the end. But for somebody that doesn't like sharing her bathroom with anyone, she's about to have an awful lot of people in that bathroom in the next week.
I wasn't surprised with the idea that Amanda came up with to do the bathroom. I've never really wanted it done, but now I'm looking forward to having it done.
But first, it's time to box up all that chintz in the bedroom.
This is my dear Teddy. I think he might come back in eventually, yes, somewhere in Brian's.
Yep, good luck with that, Karen. Next, builders Sean and Adrian prepare to open up the bathroom.
How many layers of wallpaper you got on this wall?
One, I don't know.
There's more than one. That was your 3.
Brian, shut up now, then.
First, the partition wall is marked out. Then knocked through, and 2 cramped rooms become a good-sized bathroom. Next up, it's Richard's Edwardian 3-bed terrace, which is brimming with character, but bland and void of furniture. And certain areas, like the dining room, have become nothing more than a dumping ground.
You have the most beautiful house.
I do.
It's so stunning, yet it feels a bit like the Mary Celeste. Why have you not done anything with it?
Well, I have, and I did, but then I rented it out. And for the rental market, people want a blank canvas.
The other sellers, when they came in to it, said that it felt like it was abandoned.
Slightly.
So my idea for this is kind of, I guess a little bit boho, actually. Are you quite good at upcycling, recycling, DIY?
Absolutely, yeah.
Excellent.
That's my forte.
So a big industrial table made out of some scaffolding boards, or even an old door, or anything
Pallets.
like that. Pallets.
Yeah.
Go crazy with pallets. And then I want to put some colour on the walls.
Okay.
Can I put some colour on the
Yeah,
walls?
of course you may. Yes,
You've spent
absolutely.
a lot of time in Spain, haven't you?
Yes, I have indeed.
Sort of Spanish mustard. I'm doing it. Woo! What are you pulling that face for?
Almost,
oh, come on! Are you on board? Well, you have to be now because I've painted half your wall.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. Confidence and enthusiasm.
Absolutely.
Let's go out into the garden.
Bold new dining room agreed to. On to the unloved garden.
A beautiful garden can add up to 20% to an asking price.
20%,
Yeah,
really?
you'll be lucky if you get 20p for this one at the moment. I'm not being mean to you. But there's nothing in it at the moment, apart from, and these are not my words, these are the words of another seller, the monstrosity at the end of the garden. It's got to go. I don't mean to crush your enthusiasm.
Okay, I'm attached, all right?
You've seen how, especially in Mediterranean, and I know we're not in a Mediterranean country at the moment, but how they use those lovely, bright, dual colours. Go for it out here. Create some kind of seating area around there. Pallets. Let's get the pallets out again. Right, the bedroom.
Okay.
With a bed that's not erected.
Garden reinvented, next the bedrooms, which are big but also abandoned, especially the master.
Answer me why you're sleeping on a futon in your dining room when you have this glorious room and you haven't put the bed up.
I've been travelling.
Trouble you in a minute. Can you please put that bed up and make it a bed? What we need to do is bring it back. I think we should go bold in this room. We're going to do a North African trip. We're going to go to Marrakesh. So all those lovely kind of really rich jewelled colours that work so well over there. Something for me like this lovely emerald green.
Oh, that's very strong, isn't it? Okay.
Just hold those for a second while I continue my design idea.
Indeed.
Could you go and find me a fireplace and knock a little hole and stick a fireplace up there? It's off centre though, isn't it? Because I've been.
They are all off centre.
They're all off centre,
yeah.
but I don't think that really matters.
I wish this actually had one.
Well, your wish could be your command if you pull your finger out. And then the other thing I was thinking, instead of this rather interesting, did you pick this?
Yeah.
It's a tad dated. Take the pages out and then put them all the way over. Make a kind of...
Like a collage of old
Yeah.
pages.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done. And you have been. It's such a beautiful house. It has the most incredible original features, but I think Richard has fallen into that trap of thinking that the house will sell itself. He has that wonderful Mediterranean, laid-back manana attitude, but quite frankly, manana's not going to sell this. He really needs to pick up a paintbrush and get a bit of oomph behind him, and then hopefully he will change that for sale sign into a sold one.
The time is upon me, and I'm not really that prepared, but tomorrow I would have thought about it. I'll rally the troops and get on and do it.
And rally the troops he does. Friends Alan and Michael arrive to help dismantle the man cave.
How can Amanda make me give my pool table away?
Getting rid of that table should help you bag a sale.
Wow, where'd you get that money from? If it was pound coins, then we'd be in for a beer, wouldn't we?
The only thing that should be legless is that table. Next, the monstrous marquee, which takes up half the garden.
So we're just going to use manpower.
And it's the final demise of the man cave.
It's a huge space. I mean, it's massive, isn't it?
Garden clear, onto the dining room. And Richard's gone with the bold mustard yellow for the chimney breast to kickstart the boho scheme I suggested.
It makes it all feel much warmer.
Last up is David and Annette's bijou bungalow with bland decor and lost bedroom. It's smaller than the other two, so every room needs to stand out, especially the lounge.
The reason that I've started in this room is probably based on some of the feedback that we've had from your competitors. They thought that it had too much stuff in it and that it was quite bland and quite forgettable.
We said ourselves that perhaps we need to inject more colour into this room.
In terms of the theme here, the garden is beautiful and this room leads onto the garden. So I think maybe, and I'm not talking flowers and chintz because I can see you're not a flowers and chintz person. Don't panic. But what I am talking about is the bringing the outside in. So I'm thinking more botanicals. Some colour on the walls would be great, but just a very soft, gentle green.
I like that.
Her favourite colour, green.
Well, that's a relief. Botanical lounge agreed to. Next, that lost bedroom.
One of the other sellers, when he walked in, said, is it a walk-in wardrobe? Is it a dressing room? Etc, etc.
It is Dave's dressing room, because
More or
he's
less.
vain.
Guess what, Dave?
I'm losing my dressing room.
Yes, effectively, in a nutshell. Because all of this has somehow got to find its way into what I'm assuming is your wardrobe next door. That's
There you
Oh,
go.
no,
There you go.
those are mine.
The theme that I've got is a modern country feel. So you wallpaper that wall.
I never thought I'd agree to all this.
She hates wallpaper normally, don't you?
Then I wanted to talk to you about a little project that maybe you could do, Annette, which is decoupage. Have you ever done it before?
No.
This is just normal, bog standard PVA glue. Cut a little bit off, and then you literally just pop it down. You then go over the entire thing with a very, very light coating of the glue. Do you think this is something that you could do?
I'd enjoy doing that.
Can't wait to come back. I think it's going to be brilliant. Good luck. This house has got an awful lot going for it. I mean, it is immaculately presented, but it's also got quite a few things that aren't quite as good. Number one being that their neighbour's house is for sale and it's about 20 grand cheaper. Annette seemed maybe a little bit reluctant when I first started talking about colour and wallpaper, but she's slowly coming round to the idea. Dave, on the other hand, seems very keen and very up for it, but then he's going to have to do most of the work.
I was a little bit nervous about it and thought I might disagree, probably more than I would agree, but she did come out with some lovely ideas and I can see that it could make a nice change.
But first things first, a good clear out. Starting with that office in the lounge.
Ooh, got a few holes to fill there, I think.
Lounge clear out complete, onto what should be the spare room, but it's currently Dave's dressing room.
Tend to buy things on impulse
I
and
mean,
then...
how old are you, for goodness?
don't.
Look at that.
Oh, what have we got here? Oh, yeah,
Oh,
all the way
man.
from Germany, that was.
Forgotten fashion treasures out. Next, the wardrobes. My Smethwick sellers are busy revamping their homes in the hope they'll win an offer from my buyer, John.
I need a good-sized garden, a fairly decent-sized bathroom, and between 2 to 3 bedrooms.
At Karen and Brian's dated terrace, it's all about creating a family-sized bathroom. With the partition wall removed, the space has been opened up. And to make it feel like it's always been one room, they block off the redundant doorway.
How's it going, Adrian?
Smashing. Get in there.
Yes, very good. A lot more space. Be able to have a dance.
Motivated by the progress in the bathroom, Karen and Brian are ready to bring the bedroom into the 21st century. With the vibrant blue colour scheme she wasn't too sure of.
I think it'll be nice when it's done, and hopefully
It'll help sell.
it'll help to sell.
Over at Richard's vacant Edwardian terrace, the man cave has gone, and the mustard yellow is a triumph on the walls. And now it's all about making the master bedroom stand out with my Moroccan-inspired jewelled scheme.
You can start seeing the finished product, which is nice.
And to enhance the look, Richard's off to buy a fireplace to return the room to its former glory. Salvage yards can be a treasure trove of original features, and in no time, Richard's found the perfect fire surround.
I love the decorative style of it. It's quite in keeping with the period features of the house.
And he's found some great material to make the dining room table.
Ah, look at this wood. It's amazing.
All loaded up and ready to go. Back at the house, Richard preps the fireplace and revives it with a coat of metal paint.
Just a few finishing touches to my wonderful fireplace.
At Annette and David's bijou bungalow, the clutter's gone, and it's all about creating a modern country style in the bedroom.
Yeah, I like the colour.
Great. While David brightens up the bedroom, Annette is prepping an old pine chest, ready for my decoupage idea.
I think another couple of coats, it'll be great.
Back in the bedroom, painting finished and the paper's going up. And David has a nifty tip.
Get it nice and flat and then gently slide it together and just try and make that join disappear as much as you possibly can. That's one.
And Annette gets a first glimpse of the new scheme.
Wow.
Made a difference,
It's
hasn't
so
it?
beautiful, that is. You've done a wonderful job of that.
Hasn't he just? At Karen and Brian's dated terrace, the family bathroom is taking shape. The lino's down, and Tyler Shawn is bringing the old white tiles to life with a modern border. And Karen and Brian have even gone with my mauve colour scheme on the walls.
It's made it a better room, a bigger room.
It's much lighter, much bigger.
And much more appealing to buyers. Back at Richard's vacant Edwardian semi, the bedroom is being brought back to life with the Moroccan colour scheme and feature fireplace. Even the old pine bed has been freshened up with a lick of white paint. Next up is my cost-effective way to add interest to the fireplace. And sailor boy Richard chooses a well-thumbed maritime classic.
This is more my forte. It's the Swiss Family Robinson, but I'm not so keen on the being shipwrecked bit.
He's creating a unique feature wall by pasting some of the pages to the chimney breast.
It's quite nice when they overlap.
Next, in the soon-to-be dining room, Richard has built an off-the-shelf flat-pack frame for the table base, and he's making a bespoke top out of the reclaimed timber he bought earlier.
You can buy pre-made sandpaper for sanders, but they tend to be quite expensive when they've been pre-cut for you. But all you need to do is buy kind of normal sandpaper and then cut it to size. There we have a piece of sandpaper for a sander.
He then sands back the boards so they're even. To ensure there are no gaps, the planks are held together with a vise and then they're fixed and held in place with batons.
I think that's job done, yes.
At Annette and David's bijou bungalow, the bedroom's finally getting a bed and the modern country look is coming together. In the lounge, they're getting ready to decorate in the deep green to enhance the botanical theme. And David knows the best way to get a good finish is in the prep.
You might have seen some fluff come off then. And if you don't get that off first, it ends up on the wall and you're having to pick it out here, there and everywhere. So A newborn baby's nappy, maybe. It's usually this colour, isn't it?
Don't be so rude. It's olive green, David.
I'm not feeling the love, no.
No, at the moment.
Sorry.
Ah, come on now, you two. Have a little faith.
It's a brilliant, brilliant finish, isn't it?
I hate green, and now I love green. I'm converted.
You see, it always looks much better when the whole room is painted. Back in the bedroom, Annette is putting the finishing touches to the chest of drawers.
I have to admit it's effective when it's done.
Annette, who used to like things plain, has found something else to decoupage.
This is Dave's clothing stand, but it's very, very pretty girly. It won't matter, though, to him. You won't mind.
At Karen and Brian's dated terrace, the romantic and pretty theme is almost complete in the bedroom, and a new double bed is being built.
As long as I do as I'm told, I'm all right.
Next, Karen is adding interest to the melamine chest of drawers with wallpaper.
The tricky part of this job is having to line the pattern up.
It's a cost-effective way of making plain old flat-pack furniture more interesting and modern. Time to accessorise the bathroom. And dress the romantic bedroom with crisp white bedding and some fresh flowers.
Now it's finished, I'm quite pleased with it. Not to lie, I'm quite proud of it.
The single bedroom was stuck in a time warp and filled with chintzy knickknacks. Now it's been transformed into a bright and spacious double bedroom with a vibrant and romantic colour scheme. Total cost £243.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think?
I think
Amanda?
it's fab. I love the colour. Now there were issues with the colour, weren't there?
But every day I look at it now, I'm getting more used to it.
And this is lovely.
Yeah, do you like it?
Really beautiful. Has it broken you?
No, it hasn't broken me. Just blood, sweat and tears have gone into it.
Let's come and see this bathroom.
Before, this was one room too many. Now it's been knocked through to incorporate the toilet, creating a proper family bathroom at a cost of £760.
What a massive difference.
I love this colour.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
This colour, I would have loved this colour in the bedroom.
Both rooms are just totally different. I think they're great.
At Richard's once vacant Edwardian semi, my jewelled theme is almost complete in the bedroom and boho dining room. Next up, it's time to give the garden a facelift.
I love that. Reminds me of the sea.
Using a paint designed for outdoor use, it gives protection from weathering as well as a fresh new look. Trellis complete, it's time to get creative with the pallets from the salvage yard.
This is going to form the back and also the support to the chair.
Removing one plank will allow Richard to fit the two pallets together to create a seat. It's a bit shaky, might need a few more screws.
Ah, that's lovely.
And Richard now adds some stylish accessories to help show the house off in its best light.
This is an absolutely beautiful house, and with Amanda's advice, it really is now a fantastic house.
The dining room had no purpose. Now it's a bohemian rhapsody with warm Mediterranean colours, bespoke new table and funky stools. Total cost £447.
Oh, I love it. Look at this.
It's amazing,
Look at
isn't
your
it?
face. You like it.
I do, I have to say.
Hey, you couldn't knock me one of these up, could you? Did you do this?
I did indeed, yes. It took some time, but...
It's great. And the mustard. Now, let's face facts, you weren't as keen as mustard on the mustard.
I was not, no, but it has grown on me, I think.
It's got a real warmth to it, and you could see yourself having a dinner party here now,
Absolutely.
as opposed to squatting.
Yeah, perhaps.
I love it. We need to obviously talk about the garden.
The man cave is gone, and the neglected plot is now a family garden and entertaining space. Total cost £182.
It is a triumph. Again, it's so much better than it was. You did a bit of garden furniture as well, the pallet chairs.
I've been very, very busy.
You've done it all in 7 days.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Can we look at the bedroom?
Sure, let's go.
The empty bedroom has regained its master status and is decorated in my Marrakesh jewel colour scheme. It has a new focal fireplace and Richard's handcrafted wallpaper. Total cost £345.
Oh, wow.
I think it's not until you stand back you see the full effect.
And the
isn't it?
fireplace.
Yeah, I just loved going around that salvage yard.
It's going to make such a difference when it comes to selling this place because what it is that it's memorable. I think it's gorgeous. I really do.
Thank you very much.
At Annette and David's Bijou bungalow in the lounge, the botanical scheme is almost complete, and Annette is creating some unique artwork.
I'm going to put some dried flowers into these picture frames. It looks good on a white background. Sweet.
And now to dress the room.
I just love the transformation. It really is astounding. It really is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
The living room was bland and cluttered. Now the home office is gone and a new green colour scheme has brought the garden in. Total cost £286.
Oh, look at this. Oh, what a difference. Your garden was always beautiful, but now this matches it. So you stand here now and you look out and what you have is a 2 rooms that blend into one as
We
opposed
understand what you meant now.
The bedroom had no bed and no identity, but that's all changed with my modern country scheme, creating a stunning guest room. Total cost £492.
Oh my goodness! There's no walk-in wardrobe anymore.
So different,
I
isn't
know,
it?
it's lovely.
Oh, this is fabulous. Gorgeous paper.
We're really pleased with
That's
it.
quite bold.
I like it now, it's on the wall.
And you've gone decoupage crazy. You decoupaged everything in sight. This is beautiful.
It's
just
pretty.
and it's put together and it will look so lovely on your details online.
In Smethwick, my 3 sellers have been working hard to impress my buyer, DJ John Dazelle, who's done with apartment living.
I'm looking for a house now rather than an apartment. My first property that I bought was an apartment, and I've been there nearly 10 years.
Karen and Brian have expanded their minute bathroom and turned the fussy dated girls' bedroom into a stylish guest room.
I'm pleased with the bathroom.
And the bedroom. Yeah, it looks
I feel
nice.
better about the bedroom now than I did to start with.
Richard has brought purpose to the empty and bland dining room and master bedroom and created a stunning garden to boot.
Amanda's advice has enabled me to kind of give real purpose to rooms and to demonstrate, how this house could be lived in.
Annette and David have given the bland bungalow a bright and colourful new look, and the walk-in wardrobe has become the stylish guest room it longed to be.
Just think it has got the wow factor, this bungalow now. I think it will be remembered.
The work is done and all 3 houses are ready to view. First up, it's Annette and David's no longer bland bungalow with newly optimised space and layout.
Now, you did say that you were ready to grow up, didn't you?
Yeah, looking at this, are you pushing me more towards OAP? Where's the upstairs?
It's a house that's
Right.
been chopped in half, otherwise known as a bungalow.
Look, let's go inside and give it a go. I'm willing to try anything.
Outside, he's not convinced. Maybe my botanical scheme in the lounge will be more up his street.
Oh, it's cute. This is cute. It's really well decorated.
And your jacket matches the rug.
Okay, let's not talk about that.
In terms of the entertaining space, is this the sort of idea?
Friday night weekends, everybody pile round to mine, doors open in the summer.
And there's no neighbour next door.
Music up loud.
Sold!
Let's put it on now.
Shall we go and have a look at the
Yeah,
garden?
show me the garden.
He's warming to it. Let's see if the garden is the party space he's looking for.
Size-wise, is this what you're looking for?
The garden's perfect. I mean, I literally flatten and turf it. I think I'd put a hot tub in that corner,
Right.
barbecue in that corner,
Yep.
get rid of all these plants. But the fish tank I do like. Throw that in, I might take it.
You're on. Let's go and look inside.
Thumbs up in the garden. Let's see if the newly styled guest room cuts the muster as well.
So, second bedroom.
OK, what are you thinking with this?
Obviously, you've got a small double there, and there is space here
For the
a
wardrobe, yep.
And your chest of drawers.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you could rent this out. So, what do you think it's on the market for?
I would say 180.
Ooh, 169,995.
OK, that's not bad. Even though it's a bungalow, there's a lot of room, a lot of space.
Well, let's go and look at something completely different.
Despite some reservations, John can see the potential of this bungalow as a home and as a sound financial investment. Next, it's Karen and Brian's no longer dated terrace with the now bright and spacious family-sized bathroom.
70s houses, have you looked at any?
No, but you know, I really like this street. Front garden has been pruned and ready, so I don't need to do that. That's fine.
It's all sorted.
And I get a garage as well.
And you get a garage as well. Let's go and have a look inside.
Exterior good, offering the off-street parking that John craved with the added bonus of a garage. Inside, let's hope the defussed bedroom has the feel he's after.
For a second bedroom, this is a good size as well.
It's not bad, is it?
I mean, if you wanted to put fitted wardrobes in, easily do it in this section of the room.
You could. I mean, I know it's not modern and blingy and flash, but what I want you to think about with this house is the size of the rooms.
Yeah.
Right, come on,
like
the bathroom.
Like it.
Excellent.
The bedroom's definitely gone down well. Now onto that newly expanded and brightened bathroom.
Now, I do know how much you love a groom. There's your mirror. Look
That's
at that.
a nice big mirror there. Do you know, it's quite spacious. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
You've had a good look at the house now.
Yeah.
What's going through your
changing
very
me.
coiffured head?
You're changing me. Initially, it's not a house that I'd go, yes.
Yeah.
But with what you said, I think actually you could build a really nice home here.
Price-wise, what do you think it's on the market for?
I'm going to say 185.
164, 950.
Really? Cheaper than the bungalow.
And it's got stairs.
It's got stairs. Yeah.
It's made you think, isn't it?
It has.
Made you think, made you wink.
Yes.
Well, definitely a hit and a big surprise for John. Without me, he would never have realised a house like this could tick so many of his boxes. Well, that's the first two down. Let's see what John makes of my third and final property, Richard's vacant Edwardian terrace.
Have you ever seen anything this old?
No. I mean, you look downstairs and it just reminds me of a train station waiting room.
At the moment, from the outside, it's not grabbing you.
Not yet.
Come on, let's go and have a look.
Inside, there's all the space that John's after and more. It would also suit his lively social life, even if he doesn't realise it yet.
So this is your first, what I would call period property. You've never been in one. Look at the ceiling height.
Yeah, really high ceilings. Like it.
Do
I do.
you?
Yeah, I do.
You've got so much house for the money here. I'd make every room look like this, and I'd sell it.
I'd definitely get rid of the mustard. It's making me feel queasy.
Do you not like that?
No, not mustard, but I've got to look past that.
But it's making you think.
Oh, yeah, massively.
Would you like to see the party?
I'm excited about the garden. Take me there.
Let's go out.
The dining room has given off just the first impression I was after. Let's see if we can keep the enthusiasm going in the cleared out and rejuvenated garden.
I mean, that's perfect for my hot tub there.
Yep.
And barbecue down there.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it would be a perfect party garden.
So does it still feel like a railway waiting room?
No. That was just first impressions from when I walked to the door. I'll eat my words.
I'm trying not to look smug. Right, OK, I'm glad you like it. Let's go and look at bedrooms and see whether they work for you.
Well, there's two ways this is going, onwards and upwards.
Now, I know that you love a bold colour.
Wow. Can I just go swimming? I feel like I'm at the bottom of the sea.
But take a look at the size.
It is.
of
It's
this
huge.
bedroom.
Huge.
So you've got 250. That's your maximum, isn't it?
Yes.
How much do you think it's on the market for?
I'm going to go 195.
189,950.
Oh, close.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It leaves some in the budget.
Should we go and find somewhere that serves alcoholic beverages and think about it?
I'm gasping, definitely.
Three very different houses and all out of John's comfort zone. Time to find out if there's a clear favourite.
So it's been I guess, rather an eye-opener, hasn't it, today? You started off very much modern, new build, don't want to look at anything old. So I showed you a bungalow,
Yeah.
70s, turn of the century.
Literally, completely other end of the scale.
Completely didn't listen. La, la, la.
Yeah.
Let's start with the bungalow.
To be fair, had that had another floor on it, I think that would have been the property because it was done amazing. The garden was a good space.
It's just the B word, isn't it?
That's right.
The 1970s house had stairs, had a lot of space and a lot of potential.
I think it would need some work doing to it.
Oh, yeah.
But size-wise, again, great
Okay,
house.
so that leaves us with the turn of the century one. The potential there is incredible.
I didn't like the outside, but the inside was like Narnia. I'd open the front door and there was a whole new world in there.
Okay, well, out of the three, is there a favourite?
Yes.
Which is?
The last one.
Okay, so the turn of the century one. Gosh, that's so funny. It's like literally the polar
Complete
opposite.
turnaround. Yeah, massively.
What's your next step? Will you go back or are you going to dismiss it completely?
It's left me with a lot of questions. Given all your ideas and my own ideas, I want to know how long it would take to deliver that.
I would go back for a second viewing and I would take an architect with me.
Okay.
And I would get them to give you an idea of costings and what can and cannot be done.
I think I'll probably do that.
Excellent.
So Richard's come out on top.
Wow, really? Seriously? That's amazing. I was quietly confident, but that's such good news.
But our other sellers are very happy with their consolation prize.
We're chuffed, we're really chuffed. We don't mind that we don't win a competition. Got no hard feelings at all.
And David's not ready to stop there.
I think you could still do with a little bit more decluttering, which it will be if I have my way.